right, you're right. And I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. Alright guys, so I've been asked to do a few reaction videos. Lord knows why, but I'll do them anyway. So first one I'm going to go for here. Boy, the video speaks for itself. I'm not going to name the channel I'm reacting to because, number one, apparently they've been targeting people that have been doing reaction videos to them. So I'm not going to make it easy for them to find me. And number two, he's disabled comments on the video, which should tell you all you need to know about the trash that this man may or may not be talking. I'll let you guys decide. Okay, so with that being said, never date a woman in her 30s.
Never date a woman over the age of 30. Trust me, you will live to regret it. It is a bad investment. It is a waste of time. What you got to understand about a woman, what they have to offer, it's two things. Number one, their fertility. Number two, their looks, their beauty.
So apparently, the only two things women have to offer are looks and fertility. That's literally it. So your face, your body, and your eggs. Other than that, it's a wrap, lady. Sorry. Friendship, companionship, love, intelligent conversation, all these things. Nah. None of that shit. Just your face, your boobs, and your eggs. Sorry.
If a woman is just giving that away for free and just foregoing her settling down with a quality guy all in her 20s at her peak years, why on earth would you want to settle down with a woman who's 32, 35, 40, 50? It makes no sense.
So apparently, in your early life, so in your early teens, into your 20s, anytime before you hit 30, you're not supposed to experience life, understand what you may or may not like in relationships, date people, find out if something works or something doesn't work, what personality traits work well with yours, what you're willing to accept in a relationship and what you're not willing to accept, learning boundaries, all these things. You're not supposed to do that as a woman. No, not at all. Not at all. You're supposed to basically hit, I'm assuming, legal age, and then that's it. Cuffs on, and your life is basically done. All you're supposed to do is look pretty and pop out babies.
Listen, there's a woman who turns 18 every single minute of the day. That's legal age. You can get with those women.
There's a woman who turns 18 every single minute of the day, and that's legal age. Does anyone else get kind of creepy, predatory vibes from that? Like, you're standing around waiting for a 17-year-old to turn 18 so you can pluck them out of their life and say, well, it's time to, to give me the benefits of your current beauty and your, reproductive status. It's not just me, right? Surely.
You've probably been grinding and working hard in your 20s, right? You've been building yourself up. You've been doing the things you're supposed to do. You have built your business. You made a lot of money. Maybe you make 6 figures now or close to it. And that woman in her 20s, you know what she was doing? She probably went to a little college, but for the most part, she's been living her best life.
So what you're saying here is basically a man in his 20s and approaching his 30s. He's grinding, he's working hard, he's getting educated, he's trying to build himself a business that may hopefully, give him a 6-figure income at some point in his life. But women apparently are not capable of doing this. No, they're just living their best life when they're off at college. They're not at college spending thousands of pounds on tuition fees to better themselves. They're just going there to live their best life. Makes perfect sense.
Living her best life. She's been sleeping around, I'm telling you. She's been dating around with a lot of dudes, bar hopping, drinking, doing drugs, smoking, doing all types of things, wearing her body down.
Okay, this is starting to make sense. I'm starting to smell a little bit of bitterness in the air. I don't know if it's just me, maybe y'all can smell it as well. But this is starting to come across like this gentleman has had some issues with relationships in the past, and it's just poisoned his outlook when it comes to women in their 30s. This is what it seems like to me. Like, he's been dating people, they haven't been, I guess, what he hoped they would be. And as a result, he's labeling all women as a waste of time in their 30s. And that makes it like a harsh thing to say, or maybe you might ask, am I being a bit too harsh in how I'm interpreting what he's saying? He's so far not given us any indication that he's talking about a specific type of woman. He's just saying this is what women do. So I'm only going by his words.
Also, the reason why you don't want to get a woman who's over 30 or date or get in a relationship with her is because she is unable to be molded and trained. Yes, I did say that.
Okay. Like I said, it's all falling into place here. Sir, what you're looking for is not a woman. You're looking for a dog. Maybe a cat. I don't know, some kind of... Nah, cats would be too much work for you, man. You need to get yourself a dog. That's what you need. Something that you can train, something that's obedient, that will come to your lap when you want a bit of comfort and so on. Take her out for walks and, feed her, brush her hair, all that kind of crap. That's what you want. Because by the sounds of it, you're not talking about a human woman. Trained. Are you serious? I mean, is this 1950? Come on, bruv.
So if she's had a lot of different bodies and she's come in contact with different dudes and she's carrying around these different spirits and history with all these guys, when she gets with you, what do you think is going to happen? She's going to be lashing out for the most part. She's going to be really closed off. She's going to have a hard exterior. And a lot of women in their 30s, they try to do, they say, well, I need a man who's going to be there for me, who's going to want to prove to me that he's the right guy for me.
Well, yes, but as I just said a minute ago, you need to experience things in life so that you know what is for you and what is not for you. Nobody at the age of 18 knows exactly what they want, exactly what works for them, exactly what doesn't work for them, when they're 30. This is not how life works. We grow, we evolve, we experience, and we learn. Nobody has all the answers straight away. Absolutely nobody does. So what you're describing here is not a woman being picky. It's somebody, a person, learning about themselves and experiencing life so that they can put themselves in the best position possible when they get older.
Now, I guarantee you in their 20s, these women never said that to all those loser, low-life guys or whatever dudes. They never had those dudes jump through hoops. And it's funny.
And you see what I mean? You never had those guys jump through those hoops. Again, this is all you need to know. Clearly, he's not happy with something that he's experienced in his past. I know I may be reaching here, I could be wrong, but it really, really smells to me like he's just had bad experiences dating women in their 30s. And as a result, it's just poisoned his outlook to all women in their 30s, and now you're all trash. I mean, there's no reason here, guys. None whatsoever. This is terrible, terrible advice, obviously. But at least if there was a shred of sense to what he was saying, you could maybe... No, you can't. No justification whatsoever.
Every woman that I've been with, in a relationship with, dated, and who was in her 30s, it was horrible. But I can tell you this, they had a lot of sexual experience. So the sex was pretty good, I give them that. But the overall connection was so bad because their minds were over here. Their hearts were over here.
Whew, when you're right, boy. These nostrils, I'm telling you, they detect things very, very well. And I told you, bitterness. And the man just told you for himself. Bitter. Every woman that I've met in their 30s that I've dated has basically been a problem or an issue. What a surprise. Maybe there's a problem with the women that you're trying to pick up in their 30s. I'm just saying.
They were so broken down and ran down by so many different dudes in their 20s that they said, I throw in the towel.
Listen, this man is by no means describing women over 30. Not in the slightest. What he's describing to you is the women that he's been messing with, and nothing more than that. All of these sweeping, generalized statements that are apparently supposed to apply to all these women make no sense when you use your brain. I mean, realistically speaking, we all know women from very different age ranges who are all either really well switched on, they know what they're doing, and they're trying to progress their lives, or they're just trying to figure things out and, learn about what they want or what they don't want going forward. And the same thing damn sure applies to men. Like, there's a whole bunch of men in their 30s who have not got their shit together, And, you know, they've gone through the same experiences you're claiming women go through here in terms of the smoking and drinking and drugs and so on and so forth. It's borderline misogynistic to kind of claim that this behavior is something that shouldn't be displayed in women, but then completely ignore the fact that a lot of men engage in the same behaviors as well. Where's the category about those men and what age group do they fall under? You know, this is all very basic stuff that he's just kind of putting out there just to say, I've had a crappy experience when it comes to dating and it's all the women's fault. Nothing's to do with me and my issues and my faults.
Most women over 30, they have bad energy. Their vibrations are so low because they've been with so many different men that their energy is just off. They carry energy from Donovan, Jim, Tommy, right? Ryan, James, all these different guys that she had experiences with. And now she gets with you. How are you going to really take hold of her soul and really mold her? Right? It's probably not going to happen.
Once again, my friend, you're not talking about a woman or a partner. You're talking about a pet. Get yourself a dog. Honestly, I think your life would be so much happier if you stop trying to interact with humans. My man, your time with humans is clearly done if this is your outlook. You really cannot allow your past experiences to be so poisonous to you, and then in the same video talk about how the women's past experiences are poisonous and affect you. My man, the hypocrisy here is tremendous. So, I mean, this was a 15-minute video which was basically a vendetta against women in their 30s because of how he feels they've treated him. Nothing to do with the actual reality of the situation or of the people or the social group he's commenting on. This is just the words of a hurt and I'd say fairly childish person, to be quite honest. So what more can be said? Until the next time, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know and I'll do more. And yes, until then, peace.